Hey, what's going on out there, and welcome. We are going to be taking a look today at the all-new iZotope Ozone 12. That's right, we're on version 12. I have been a beta tester for Ozone for quite a while now. I believe I started beta testing with version 8. Ozone has progressed, has become a lot more powerful, and we have some all-new modules here in version 12 that I would say make this by far the most powerful version of Ozone yet.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Woke up this morning with breath in my lungs, giving God my praise. If I'm still breathing, then God isn't done. I'ma walk by faith.
I'm gonna master a track from scratch using Ozone 12, and then we're also gonna compare it to the release version that just came out a few months ago that I mastered with Ozone 11. So if you're as excited as I am about Ozone 12, don't go anywhere. You're gonna wanna stick around. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this today. Let's dive in. So here we have it, the new Ozone 12 Advanced interface. Mastering Assistant has been completely overhauled, and we can do what's called an auto master, or we can do custom. Now, when we click custom, we can actually choose between different targets that we have set up with Audio Lens, or the different targets just in the genre section of Ozone, and then we can choose which modules we want Ozone 12 to implement into our mastering chain. So for instance, if you did not want it to use clarity or stabilizer, we could turn those off. On our intensity, we can keep it as balanced, but if we go to the left, we get some options like transparent, or even a very subtle master in terms of the processing that it might do and the magnitude of that processing. But as we go up, we get bold, and then we can get into transformative territory. Ozone 12 will make some kind of audacious choices there, and you can decide if you like what it's doing. We can set our target loudness, turn on things like true peak. Finally, we can set an analysis time. So a lot of you have probably noticed with Master Assistant in the past that it will measure pretty quickly. That may not be ideal because Ozone 12 is going to make decisions based on that small snapshot of our song, maybe just the chorus, but not a verse that's more dynamic, or an intro that maybe doesn't have drums in it. We can change that analysis time here and go all the way up to 60 seconds. For the sake of demonstration, we're gonna do Auto Master today. I just wanna hear the choices that it makes out of the box and how close can it get us to the master that we're after. Let's find out.
Every day that I wake up, I'm giving the devil that letter right next to the K. Buddha, Muhammad, and all of them all in the tomb. Where is Jesus? Go check in the grave. You ain't gonna find him there. If I was Satan, then I'd be scared. I don't complain anymore because I know I'd be on the cross if life was fair. Jesus, come back, I'm prepared. People hate me and I don't care. I love all my haters so much I'm not in my feelings, homie, I'm in prayer. Yeah, I'm in the word and I'm reading it daily. It says Jesus save me and people gon' hate me if Satan starts bumping my music and hell.
Okay, so it selected rock as the target, which honestly, I don't think it sounds bad, but I would describe this as more of a trap kind of beat and production. Let's see what we end up with here.
Hey, all right, let's go. Hey, yeah, all right, let's go. Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Woke up this morning with breath in my lungs, giving God my praise. If I'm still breathing, then God isn't done. I'ma walk by faith. Go tell the devil that I'm not the one. Tell him God's my strength.
I want to be very clear about what Ozone is and what it is not. As someone who has worked as a professional mastering engineer and who uses Ozone, Ozone does have AI in it, absolutely. And this AI assistant is really helpful. But what I personally believe it does is it gives you an ideal starting point and it guides you in the decisions that you can make in your mastering. It just saves a ton of time. And if you just use Mastering Assistant, it's going to get you in the ballpark of a professional master. There's no question about that. But if you want to hit a home run, you're going to need to get in here and start making some tweaks and use your ears as a creative person and as a technical person, an engineer, to get the best results for the song. And that's what we're going to do today using the new modules in Ozone 12. Equalizer moves here, adding a little bit of low end. I actually want to tame the low end on this a little, so I'm going to remove that. And we're also going to take off this little boost at 1.6 or so. I think it was trying to bring the vocal out a little bit. We're going to use the new stem EQ to do that. So I'm going to move that back here a little bit. The same thing on the top end. I think it's adding a little bit of 5K to the entire track. It's just softening up that top end. We'll leave that as is. On stem EQ, we can individually apply this EQ to either the vocals, the bass, the drums, or other in the 2-track or the mixed wave file. I don't have the stems here in this session. If we select vocals and then I just boost this at say 2K by about a dB or so, let's hear what that does.
God's my strength, tell him God's my strength. Standing on business, I bring up the numbers, I bring up the digits. I'm so close to God that I can't hear the critics. The voice of the Lord's louder than the opinions. Jesus can save you all, then I'm a witness. There's nothing you'll find greater than His forgiveness. I seen Him heal people from cancer and sickness. I seen what I seen and you can't tell me different. I do not just talk about it, I live it. They see what I got, they like, how did He get it? I tell them it's God and it's how I'm consistent. I used to have critics, but now it's just crickets. Yeah, what you gonna say to me? Tell me I'm worth this, alright, that's okay with me.
We're not going to use the bass EQ, even though I do want to tame that. I actually want to use this new bass control module, and this is great because we can control a lot of the subs, the low end. When I was mixing this track, I had a 2-track beat. We're going to talk about some of the challenges that presents, especially dynamically when we get to the new Unlimiter module in a second. But the low end was quite heavy for me, so I was trying to tame that, and bass control gives you a way of doing this with this balance control that's quite different than an EQ or even some of the moves that the stabilizer or the dynamic EQ would do.
Go tell the devil that I'm not the one. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Lord's louder than the opinions. Jesus can save you all, then I'm a witness. There's nothing you'll find greater than His forgiveness. I seen Him heal people from cancer and sickness.
Now you can also control the sustain of that low end. So for instance, in this low sub bass, if we wanted some of that sustain power to be kind of a little bit more distorted and dirty, translate better on smaller systems, let's listen to the delta for that. Or we can go more towards the clean side.
Hey, all right, let's go. Hey, yeah, all right, let's go.
We can do the same thing with the peaks or the transients of the low end, but I'm going to leave that as is because we're going to try to gain back a lot of our transients using this Unlimiter module. And this thing is pretty wild when you think about what it's doing and the fact that this is unprecedented. There has not been something that does this to my knowledge. With the Unlimiter, Ozone 12 is going to try to recreate the transients that are no longer there because we didn't have a lot of headroom to begin with. I got a 2-track beat. This happens to me a lot when I mix. A lot of artists will send me the 2-track beat and it's just maximized to 0. They got it off the producer's website. It already has a limiter on it. So I don't have any room there. And also if I want to bring out the transients, let's say in this case, like the drums, there's really nowhere for me to go. I can try some different things, but once we're trying to push it with a maximizer, we're just going to have a big squashed sausage, right? So we want to get the loudness, but we want to still have those dynamic transients.
Okay, feeling like Noah, let's make this art. Shooting my shot like Caitlin Clark. God so good, don't make me start. If I start talking about all the things God has done for me, I won't be able to stop. If I start thinking about how much He loves me, I don't think I'll even be able to talk. Can't even put into words. He gon' provide for me, look at the birds. Satan don't get it, he tryna come kick it, but all he gon' do is get kicked to the curb. Who that white kid from the burbs? I'm about that action, I feel like a verb. Satan think he gon' get me on his team, but the only thing he'll get is get on my nerves. Yeah. I don't got time for the devil today. Tell every demon to get out my way. Heaven is with me and hell is afraid. Every day that I wake up, I'm giving the devil.
You hear how it brings out the kick and the snare? We get a ton of snap. I am incredibly excited about the Unlimiter, especially in that use case specifically. Last but certainly not least, the Maximizer now has a new IRC mode, which is IRC 5. Now the AI assistant set it to IRC 2, which is generally the IRC that I personally use the most in Ozone across different versions. But when we go to IRC 5, you really start to hear how much more we can push with this IRC without losing or getting any degradation in our dynamics, and we can just go a lot louder.
Go tell the devil that I'm not the one. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Standing on business, I bring up the numbers, I bring up the digits. I'm so close to God that I can't hear the critics. A voice voice of the Lord's louder than the opinions. Jesus can save you all, then I'm a witness. There's nothing you'll find greater than his forgiveness. I seen him heal people from cancer and sickness. I seen what I seen and you can't tell me different. I do not just talk about it, I live it. They see what I got, they like, how did he get it? I tell them it's God and it's how I'm consistent. I used to have critics, but now it's just crickets. Yeah, what you gon' say to me? Tell me I'm worth this, alright, that's okay with me. That's not what Jesus thought when he was saving me. That's not what God thought when he was creating me.
So we're at like -6 LUFS on the integrated side, and then max loudness of like -5. That is dumb loud, and it sounds great to me. Dynamics are still there. Drums are really punchy with the Unlimiter module. Now, I do want to make a couple of tweaks here. Number one, the imager got a little bit crazy on me, so I'm going to rein it back in.
Woke up this morning with breath in my lungs, giving God my praise. If I'm still breathing, then God isn't done. I'ma walk by faith. Go tell the devil that I'm not the one. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Standing on business, I bring up the numbers, I bring up the digits. I'm so close to God that
So let's gain match, and then we'll bypass.
Standing on business, I bring up the numbers, I bring up the digits. I'm so close to God that I can't hear the critics. The voice of the Lord's louder than the opinions. Jesus can save you all, then I'm a witness. There's nothing you'll find greater than his forgiveness. I seen him heal people from cancer and sickness. I seen what I seen and you can't tell me different. I do not just talk about it, I live it. They see what I got, they like, how did he get it? I tell them it's God and it's how I'm consistent. I used to have critics, but now it's just crickets.
To get the final verdict, I have not done this yet. I have not heard it compared, but we are going to listen to, first of all, just my mix. It's unmastered. Then we'll listen to the mastered release, the official release that was done with Ozone 11. And then we'll listen to what we just did today with Ozone 12. And I'll kind of go back and forth between these so we can get a better idea of where we are. Where's Ozone 12 competing?
Woke up this morning with breath in my lungs, giving God my praise. If I'm still breathing, then God isn't done. I'ma walk by faith. Go tell the devil that I'm not the one. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Standing on business, I bring up the numbers, I bring up the digits. I'm so close to God that I can't hear the critics. The voice of the Lord's louder than the opinions. Jesus can save you all, then I'm a witness. There's nothing you'll find greater than his forgiveness. I seen him heal people from cancer and sickness. I seen what I seen and you can't tell me different. I do not just talk about it, I live it. They see what I got, they like, how did he get it? I tell him it's God and it's how I'm consistent. I used to have critics, but now it's just crickets. Yeah, what you gon' say to me? Tell me I'm worth this, alright, that's okay with me. That's not what Jesus thought when he was saving me. That's not what God thought when he was creating me. Okay, feeling like Noah, let's make this arc. Shooting my shot like Caitlin Clark. God so good, don't make me start.
Wow. Yeah, so transients in the drums are much, much better in the Ozone 12 version. I went back and double checked the Ozone 11 session that I mastered this in, and I had the maximizer set to the exact same amount. So I wasn't pushing it any harder. We're just using the new IRC5. And then with the Unlimiter, I guess we're able to just push it that much further and get that much out of it in terms of dynamics and loudness. I wish I had the released version of Ozone 12 a long time ago rather than just using the beta, because this is definitely doing some pretty cool things. The puppet here is even excited about it. To me, the future of mastering is not far-fetched in describing this one. There are some extremely powerful modules here that I haven't been able to accomplish this before. So whenever you get a tool like that and you start trying this out and you unlock some creative possibilities you've never had, that's the stuff that I get really excited about. So plugin makers, who are able to achieve these things and really break the doors down on barriers and break through the limits, no pun intended, I'm all for it. Thanks so much for checking out my video on Ozone 12. If you enjoyed it and you're looking for more content on Ozone 12 Advanced in the future, be sure to like, subscribe, and consider sharing with a friend, see what they think about this also. But I will have more content on Ozone 12 as I'm using it in my mastering processes professionally, and I'm really excited about doing so. Much love to y'all. We'll talk to you soon.